Beautiful people, beautiful souls. We just hit 10 million beautiful souls on Facebook. 10 million. So I'm celebrating with 10 cookies. People, I've already ate a few. Relax. Don't be trying to count my damn cookies, okay? I ate a few. Relax. Beautiful people, I love y'all. For my 10 million plus beautiful souls that have kept their mind and spirit open to things that I say on my Facebook page. Some of y'all are probably tripping because y'all like, man, I thought that he would be funny, a comedian on his Facebook. All of his videos are all deep. He's got views and perspectives and inspirational stuff that he's dropping. The truth is, this is who I am. This is who I am. Most of y'all have created who I am in your mind based on various things. I sing. Sometimes we create who people are based on the way they look, based on the way we perceive them from movies or whatever it may be. But this is who I am. Anybody who knows me will tell you that I'm always in my mind. I'm always thinking. I am always in my brain trying to figure it out. So at 10 million plus likes and followers on Facebook, I just want to say thank you for all of the videos you've shared. Thank you for getting the word out about my Facebook. I've only taken over my Facebook personally 5 months ago. We started out at 800,000. 5 months ago. On its own, I had 800,000. Now we're over 10 million because I took over my account. Come on, people! That's what I'm talking about, people! All right, so I'm going to try and make this short and sweet. Y'all ready? Cracking my knuckles? Here's another video. What is your point of reference? What is your point of reference as a man? What is your point of reference as a woman? What is your point of reference as a father, a mother? What is your point of reference for love, self-respect, your career, your goals, your surroundings? What is your point of reference? You're a dysfunctional motherfucker. What does that mean? That means that you have horrible taste in friends. I'm talking to somebody out there. You have horrible taste in friends. You have horrible taste in picking boyfriends, girlfriends. You have horrible taste in picking wives. You have horrible taste in trusting people that are around your career. What is your point of reference? Because you're 21 and older doesn't make you a man. Because you're capable of making a child doesn't make you a mother or a father. Because you're capable of getting married doesn't mean that you really understand the concept of what it takes to not only get married, but keep a full-on, successful, healthy, and fully functioning marriage. If you've witnessed failure all your life, you're either going to decide to break the cycle, or without you being conscious of it, you're a part of the cycle. You have become a duplicate of your mother and your father. You have become a duplicate of everything and everybody that you grew up around. Because why? That is your point of reference. That is the blueprint. If your mother and father couldn't keep a job, that's the reason you can't keep a job. Because that's your point of reference. You have become your mother and father without you knowing. Here's a little secret. I don't drink and I don't smoke. I don't do any type of drugs, ever. I think me and Akon are pretty much the only people I know of that don't drink, don't smoke. You'll never catch us high. It doesn't matter what kind of party videos on any level. I was never drunk, never high on any level. I am always conscious of what I'm doing and saying. What I have a habit of doing is never sleeping. And I'm always fatigued. And sometimes being fatigued, you can end up in the hospital. That's it. Why don't I drink or smoke? Because my life as a kid in Watts, South Central LA, was consumed in all forms of alcohol and drug abuse. It completely turned me off. I decided I don't want to be like my mama or my daddy. People in my family, my boys, my homegirls, my surroundings, I want nothing to do with it. It was a conscious decision. I could have easily became a duplicate. Are you an alcoholic? Do you actually like it? Or is alcohol abuse and drugs so normal to you that when you see people that ain't drinking and smoking, you judge them? Drug abuse, alcohol abuse is your point of reference. Do you find yourself gravitating towards dysfunctional people? Someone said to me a while ago, many years ago, over 10 years ago, Tyrese, you're a dysfunctional person. That's why you gravitate towards dysfunctional women. Your point of reference when it comes to love, because of what you witness, mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical abuse was in your household. So if you get in a relationship and this woman is not willing to argue with you, fight with you, get loud, scream, do anything dysfunctional, you're bored, you lose interest, and you feel like there's no mental stimulation in the relationship. Someone trying to treat you with the utmost respect, you get bored. You're like, he's always checking on me. He's calling me. He's trying to buy me flowers and open up doors. I want a thug. I want a nigga I can fight and argue with and get physical and get crazy. I need mental stimulation. There's a problem. There's a possibility that that's your point of reference because those are the images. That is the version, keyword, that is the version of love that you were exposed to. What is the version of success you were exposed to? Why am I broke? Why am I unmotivated, uninspired to get a job, do something better for myself? I'm complaining about my life and my career. I'm complaining about everything that has to do with my life. But I'm sitting on the pity potty. I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm miserable. It's probably because you witnessed your family and your immediate circle swimming in misery, and you're now a duplicate of all of these images of non-success that you were exposed to. There's only so many of us who have decided, I want to be nothing like my environment that I grew up in. I want to be nothing like my surroundings. I want to be nothing like most of the points of reference that I was exposed to. You want to get married, but are you a wife? Do you understand what it's really going to take mentally, spiritually, emotionally, sexually, all across the board, and even then some? Do you have what it takes to be a wife? Or do you have validation issues and you just want to get a ring and be able to show all your homegirls that you got married? Do you actually know what it takes to be a wife? Do you have what it takes? Are you a husband? I was married before. I had no idea what the concept of being a husband was, but I was married before. I was not a husband. I was a man that was able to purchase a ring. I was a man that was able to say, I love you, I'm with you, we have something special. But I didn't know the concept of what it was to be a husband, nor did she know what it was to be a wife. That's the truth. Not bashing her, I love her. She's the mother of my child. At the end of the day, most of us want the concepts of life, but we don't really know what it takes to live up to these concepts. Huh? Everybody want to be a millionaire, but as soon as you get that money, you're going to lose your fucking mind. You're going to party and go so crazy and be all over the place. You're going to lose your mind. Everybody wants it, but once they get it, can you keep it? It's one thing to buy a house, but can you keep it? It's one thing to get a car. Can you keep it? It's one thing to get married. Can you stay married? The divorce rate is so ridiculous because most people get caught up in the fantasy of getting married. But do you know what it is? Or do you have what it takes to be in a successful marriage? What is your point of reference? Most parents, most family people that have been married for 20, 30 years, and you grew up in a household to witness love on that level, 20, 30 years, 10, 15, 20, 30 years of marriage, that becomes your point of reference. And it doesn't mean that you can get married and end up keeping a marriage, because some marriages just don't work. But before, as a man, if my father was married to my mother for 30 years, I'll find myself looking for someone that reminds me of my mother, because that would be my point of reference. I will find myself trying to do all the things that I witnessed my father do as a husband. That's my point of reference. If my father is successful, he's an entrepreneur, he's constantly grinding, starting up new companies, businesses, negotiating, and I see him inspired and motivated all the time about life and career and trying to educate himself and further his way up the success ladder. And he does that. He's been doing that his entire life. That will become my blueprint and my point of reference for success. And I'll find myself wanting nothing more than to be a duplicate of my father, because that is my successful point of reference. Have you become a duplicate of your mother? Have you become a duplicate of your father? Are you a deadbeat mama? Are you a deadbeat dad? Are you uninvolved with your kids because your father was uninvolved with you? Have you become a duplicate of your parents, of your environment? Are you a Crip? You a Blood? You a gangster? Are you a duplicate? See, I believe that we were all born individuals. God made me an individual. My head is not connected to anybody else. I got my own individual heartbeat. I got my own pulse on my wrist. I am my own man. God made me individually me, so I can do and be and become anything I want to become. What is your point of reference? If you are at home right now and you're able to say, I don't like anything about the way my parents are raising me, you have to decide that you're not going to raise your kids the way your parents raised you. You hated your childhood. You hated it. For those of you who hated it. But here's the question. Are you raising your kids the exact same way that your parents raised you? What is your point of reference? You know, even if I touch one person's life from this video, I've done my part. I love you. I believe in you. I'm so proud of you for just considering. I feel like I'm invading your space. You're watching me on your iPhones and your computers everywhere in the world. If you decide to comment on this video, I first want to know, what city, state, or country are you in? And then I want you to explain to me what your point of reference is. What is your point of reference for love, life, success, marriage, self-respect? I'm also going to pray for you. I'm going to pray that God orders your footsteps in a different direction beyond every point of reference that you grew up around, so that you can walk into the next season of your life and recognize your individuality. You are not a robot. You are not a duplicate of anything and anybody around you. You are your own man. The devil is a lie. I love you. This is probably my longest video and my proudest video. What is your point of reference? You ready? I'm going to eat my cookies. Salute to all 10 million plus my Facebook followers. I love y'all.